Hello coders, I hope you are coding well. In the previous video, we created the post product API in our backend and we created get all products API as well. In today's video, we will create the page to post the product in our front-end application and we will call the get all categories API as well. So let's get started. As you can see, I am in the admin service, and first of all we need to create the API to get all the categories so we can show them in the drop down and user can select any category from it. So to create that API, let's just duplicate this add category API and let's rename this from add category to get all categories. And we need to remove this category DTO param because we don't need it in this API, and we need to change this method from post to get, and we need to remove this request body as well, and the path for this API is categories instead of category. After this we need to call the API to post the product, so we can again copy this add category API and paste here, and we need to change the method from add category to add product, and in the params this time we will get the product DTO instead of category DTO, and we will pass in the request body. After this we need to change the endpoint from admin/category to admin/product. That's it for this admin service. Let's save this file. And now we need to create the post product component. So we need to right click on our components folder and we can open this in integrated terminal. And in the terminal we need to write the command which is ng, g for generate, c for component, and then we need to give the name for the component which is post product. As you can see, we got our post product component. Now let's go to admin routing module and we need to create a route for this component. So for the path we can choose product, and when the path is product we need to load post product component. And that's it for our admin routing file. Let's save this one as well. After this, let's open the HTML file of our post product component, and here we need a div with the class container, so let's create that. And in this div let's add one h2 tag and let's write add product in this tag. After this h2 tag, let's start the tag for our form group, and I named this form group as product form, and on ng submit I am calling one method which is add product. In this form, first of all we need to create the container to get our image, and for that we can create a div with the class of file upload container. And in this div let's add one label with the span, and in the span we will show select a file. Let's close this tag as well, and after this we need to write the tag for the input, and on the change event I am calling one function on file selected, so we can update our image variable and we can show the preview of the image. And then I used one attach file tag at the end of this label. After this label we need to show the preview of the image, and for that we can write a div, and I added one ng if condition and I used a variable with the name of selected file, and we will show only this div when we have something in our selected file. After this let's add one tag for the div and let's give it a class circle image. In this div we need one image tag, and in the source I am attaching a image preview variable. we will update this image preview variable in onFileSelected method. That's it for our file upload container. After this container, we need one form field to get the input for the category, so we can write the tag for that. And in the label I wrote select a category. In this form field, let's add mat select, and for form control name I gave it as category ID, and in the mat option I wrote one for loop, and with the help of this for loop we are showing all the categories in the option. After this mat select, let's write the mat error tag to show the validation messages. After the form field of category, let's create another form field to get the name of the product from the user. In this form field, we need to write the tag for the input. After the input tag, let's write the tag for the mat error. After the form field for the name, we need to get the price of the product from user, so we can duplicate this name form field, and here we need to update the label from name to price, and we need to change the type from text to number, and let's update the placeholder as price, and let's update the form control name as well to price. After the price form field, we need to get the description of the product from the user. So for that we can create another form field, and in this form we need to use text area tag, and in the form control name I wrote the name as description. After this, let's add the mat error tag as well. And at the end we need to add the button, and in the label I wrote add product. Let's format this code and let's save this file. After this, let's go to the CSS file and paste the styling code. You can pause the video and you can copy the styling, or you can write your own code. Let's save this file as well. Now let's go to the post product component.ts file, and here we need to create a variable for our product form of type form group, and then we need a variable to store the list of categories that we are getting from our backend. And after this we need to store the selected file, and the last variable which we need is image preview. After this variable, let's create the constructor for this class, and in this constructor we need to inject the form builder. After form builder we need router. After router we need to inject the mat snack bar and admin service. Let's quick fix this and select add all missing imports. We need to move these brackets from here to here. After our constructor, let's write the implementation for onFileSelected method, and in this method we will update our this.selected file variable, and we will get the first selected file from our event. And to do that we can call event.target.files, and then we need to pass the index as 0 because we want to get only the first file. After this we will call another function which is preview image, and let's create this function here. In this function we will format our selected file so we can show a preview of the selected image. To do that, first of all we need to create the file reader object, and then we need to call the onload method of this file reader, and we need to update our variable this dot image preview, and we need to call reader dot result, and at the end we need to call reader dot read as data URL, and here we need to pass our file which is stored in selected file. After this, we need to create the ng-on-init method, and in this method we will mention the controls for our product form. So we can write this dot product form is equals to, and here we need to use the form builder dot group, and here we can mention our controls. Our first control is category ID, and I am setting the by default value as null, and I am adding one validator which is validator dot required. Let's import this. The second form control is name, and after name we want to get the price, and the last form control name is description. After this product form, in the ng-on-init method we need to call another method which is get all categories, which will call our backend API to get all the categories, and we will show them in the drop down. Let's create this method here. In this method, let's use our admin service, and we need to call get all categories method, and then let's subscribe this, and here we need to update our this dot list of categories, and we can set the value of the response. The last method for this post product component we need is add product, and in this product we will collect the data from our form and we will call our backend API. Let's save this file, and as you can see our application compiled successfully. Before going to the browser, let's open our get all categories API, and I realized that here we added the wrong path for our get all categories API. We need to remove this categories. Now let's save this, and as you can see we are on our login page. Let's add the credentials for the admin account, which is admin@test.com, and let's give the password as admin, and let's click on login. After successful login, let's click on this product button, and you can see here our add product form. We can click on this select category drop down, and you can see we are getting all the categories from our backend. After this, let's go back to the post product component and let's write the code for the add product. In this add product method, first of all we need to write one if condition, and in this if condition we will check our product form if it is valid or not, and for that we can use product form dot valid, and here we need to write the else condition, and in the else condition we need to loop all the controls of our product form, and in this loop we will mark all the controls as dirty, and we will update the form control value and validity so we can show the error messages to the user. After this, in the body of if condition, let's create form data, and in this form data first of all we need to append the image, so we can use this dot selected file, and after the image we need to append the category ID, and to do that we can get the form control value by writing this dot product form dot get, and then we need to write the name for the control which is category ID, and then we need to write dot value. After this, let's duplicate this and let's update the category ID to name, and let's duplicate this again, and this time we need to append the description. After this, let's duplicate this one last time, and we need to update the description to price. Our form data is ready. Now let's call the admin service, and this time we need to call the add product, and in the params we need to pass the form data, and then we can subscribe our API response. And in this method, first of all, we need to check our response, and if response.id is not equal to null, this means our product got created. And we can show a message by using the snack bar, and we will show the message as product posted successfully. And after this, we need to redirect our user to the dashboard, and to do that we can use router.navigate by URL, and then we need to pass the route as /admin/dashboard. After this, let's write the body for our else statement, and here we will show the snack bar, and we will get the message from our response, and we will show this as error. That's it for our post product component. Let's save this file, and let's go to the browser and test the functionality of our post product API and page. As you can see, we are on our post product page. Let's click on this button and select the image for the product. As you can see, we got our preview, and from the category drop down, let's say I want to select fitness, and in the name, let's say I want to write the fitness. I am writing just random data, and for the price we can write $100, and for the description let's write fitness. After this, let's click on our add product button, and as you can see, we got the message product posted successfully. Now let's go to our MySQL workbench and let's verify if we got the product there. To view the data in the product table, we can click on this icon, and as you can see, we got one record and the name of the product is fitness. That's it for this video. In the next video, we will create a new page and we will call our get all products API, and we will write the code to show all the products.